Hello, Lagos. Hello, Diaspora. Hello, Nigeria. Thanks a lot for tuning into this program today, whereby we talk about topical issues, inviting personalities that are thought leaders that are going to give us a new paradigm of thinking. Today, we have a special guest. But before I introduce who that special guest is, I want you to make sure you visit my website, jermainesonwolu.com. There you'll find a lot of insightful and informative articles, videos, things that, will get you moving and will get you thinking. So I look forward to engaging with you on my website and all social media handles at Jermaine Sonwolu. So back into the personality we have today is a brand specialist, a communication specialist, someone that has been influencing perception and working with major brands in Nigeria and around the world. This woman is a woman of many hats. She's a woman of many parts. She's someone who has shaped the public relations landscape, redefining it, reshaping it, and inspiring many men and women to take the communications and the public relations profession to another level. She has been a lecturer to me, and she's also been a lecturer to many, a woman of great inspiration. And I'm talking about the one and only Mrs Nkechi Ali-Balogun. How are you doing, ma?
I'm doing good, and you? Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you much more for having us. For those who may not know you, yes, I just gave a slight introduction. Just tell us a bit more about yourself, your personality, and that's your unique and special global brand.
Thank you very much. There's really nothing much to know about me other than the fact that I've been in public relations. I'm one of the leading public relations veterans with 28 years experience in the client service and public relations consultancy.
Wow. I
have been in public relations since 1995, and today I'm a fellow of the Institute of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. I am also a member of the Governing Council. I'm a member of African Public Relations, a fellow. And I'm also a member of the Global Alliance Public Relations. I could go on and on. I've been listed by This Day, Guardian, Business Day as one of the leading public relations personalities in Nigeria and Africa. So,
wow, that's impressive. You said there's nothing much, but as you said, you can go on and on, because truly your status is becoming more of a legendary one in the Nigerian public relations space. So we appreciate your investment toward personal development and also towards developing the profession as a whole. Thank you very much, ma. And besides that, I know we're going to be talking something relating to branding and the diaspora as we move on, but we'd like to know about your work in the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations and your plans for the future.
I joined the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations since 1995. And I will tell you right away that because of my commitment and passion in public relations, I have not been able to join any other professional body, because for me it was a distraction. My passion carries me so much that I don't want to be distracted. This is a body I'm so interested in. And because of that, when I started, I went to make sure that I specialized in that area. I went to Francescan School of Public Relations, and I went to Lagos Business School. And of course, my degree, even though my first degree is in education, my second degree is in mass comm with specialty in public relations, and my third degree is also in mass comm in public relations, specializing in public relations. Now, in the institute, I have been a chapter chair. I'm the first female chapter chair of Lagos State chapter, and I ran for 2 terms, which is 4 years. And in my tenure, I brought about so many new innovations that even the chapter is still talking about and living on. And in the national body itself, I'm a council member. I'm a member of the Educational Advisory Board in charge of the curriculum and all other conferences and educational activities that they carry out in the institute. I am the chairman of the Directors Conference, a flagship training conference of the Institute, not only generating funds, but also networking with every public relations director in the country, networking with them, and then making sure we are also bringing them at par with global practice. I am also a member of the Fellows Board. In fact, next week we are going to be screening people who want to become fellows, making sure also that the people we have as fellows are people who also are versed in the practice, in the practice of public relations. I'm very, very involved. I'm very, very involved. And then I'm a mentor. I have a lot of people I mentor in the Institute and even outside the Institute and outside Nigeria. I have a lot of young public relations practitioners all over the world that I mentor, especially in Africa. And because of time, I'm not sure.
No, keep on going. You were enjoying your introduction, and it's good to tell us what you're doing, because
I run the foremost public relations conference in Nigeria, running for 23 years now. Wow. We're in our 23rd edition, Nkechi PR Roundtable. We have been able to marry local and global practice through this conference. And what do? We try to see how we can use communication, public relations to provide solutions to topical problems, challenges, topical issues in Nigeria. I mean, for instance, the next edition we're going to be talking about, we are going to the pharmaceutical industry. You find that we have a lot of trafficking, we have a lot of counterfeiting of drugs. So how can we use communication? How can we use public relations to raise awareness, to enlighten the public and help government to see how we can stop drug trafficking, counterfeiting? Our focus is on counterfeiting. And so through this kind of program, we bring in people, the important stakeholders, to make sure we're not talking to ourselves. And we have a lot of impact. We have had people like Akinwumi Adesina of ADB come to speak in that program. We've had PLO Lumumba of Kenya to come and speak. He talked on unleashing the power of public relations. Adesina was speaking on social media and how we can leverage public relations to harness the great impacts of social media. So these are the kind of things I have been doing in public relations.
Fantastic. That's so commendable and very, very good, because it shows your commitment to the profession. And I know there's going to be an election coming soon. Tell us about that and what your plans once you, by God's grace, get elected.
Well, I pray I'll be elected. And I'm going on believing the God that I serve, that I am the next president of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. It's not by my power. I'm not saying it as a boast. But come to think of it, I have paid my dues. I have been there. Everything I have done in my career life is public relations. And then I have been so involved, and I have worked with the past presidents. I am not one of those that will tell you that, oh, this person didn't do this or the past president didn't do that. No, it's like a building block. They have done what they came to do with what they know and what they have. I am coming to build on it. So it's like a building block and a shift system. You leave, another person will come in.
Absolutely.
Well, and I believe that I'm going to really not just improve, okay, because I've also learned so much from them, okay? Yeah. We need an institute where if we take our certificate anywhere in Nigeria, in our organizations, it will bring us recognition, it will bring us relevance, it will bring us benefits. I also intend to gain global visibility for our institute and bring them at par with what is happening all over the world. I have the expertise, I have the knowledge, I have the skills to drive a contemporary Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. We should leverage technology for our courses, for our inductions, for our trainings, for our programs. And then once in a while, yes, it's very important that we'll also meet and share knowledge and share knowledge,
and network,
interact. Yes. But then we must be digitized. We must do away with paper. We must also be able to affiliate with global public relations institutes.
Absolutely.
And see what they are doing. And, leverage on trends and come home to replicate the same. And then most importantly for me, I want to drive NIPR to the extent that we have a recognizable relevance even in the country. Because as a national institute, as a national body established by the government of Nigeria, we should be at the forefront of driving national perception.
I agree with you.
We should be at the forefront of building relationships, at the forefront of mending relationships. You are talking of branding. We can only start branding if we have a renewal of our minds. Public relations should be at the forefront of driving programs, initiatives that will bring people together, that will heal them, that will make them, have a new sense of belonging, a national and common sense of, a sense of cohesion. All right? Give us the ownership tingle until you agree and believe that you are a part and parcel of something. You do not fight for it.
I agree with you, man. And you mentioned something, you mentioned that we should renew our minds. For a second, I thought you were going to say that we should have renewed hope, Talking about positivity now, and the Nigerian brand and the Nigerian image, you mentioned how we should be at the forefront of framing things, mending relationships, driving perception and all that. We have the National Orientation Agency. Many people have argued that the role of that organization should be broadened and should help in shaping the Nigerian dream, the Nigerian identity, the Nigerian brand. When you're elected the president of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, how would you work with such stakeholders to ensure that there is that hope, renewal of our minds and renewal of our hope in that new Nigeria that we also desire?
Incidentally, you just took it off me. I intend to work with the National Orientation Agency.
Fantastic.
I mean, from what the name says, orientation, which means we are going to be involved in changing narratives.
Correct.
We are going to be involved in bringing us back, bringing those values that made us who we are, right? Making the people know that, see, we are a nation with diverse strengths, diverse tongues, diverse values. But then there is strength in diversity.
Absolutely.
All right?
Yes.
We are going to be involved in coming up with initiatives, coming up with programs, coming up with an agenda, framing whatever we are doing to make sure it aligns with national goals, with national ideologies, with, we have a shared vision.
Correct.
You see, until you and I, for instance, you and I have to believe in Nigeria, right?
Yes, right.
You and I have to agree that there is a nation, Nigeria, that you and I must protect.
Correct.
Until you and I are able to come up with a Nigerian dream that we all belong to, that we all key into, that, we all stand up to and say, look, this is my country. We must do everything we can to make sure it does not die. Until we do that, no rebranding will take place. And that is what I want us to do with the National Orientation Agency. We are the specialists in building and mending relationships. We are the specialists in conflict resolutions. We are the specialists in lobbying and advocacy. So together, we become a synergy. And I know with the government support, there is so much that the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations and the National Orientation Agency can do together to bring us back to who we are. Nigeria is a lovely country. We have wonderful culture.
Yes.
Fantastic values. All right. But so many things have happened that we have stopped believing in ourselves. We are making names all over the world. Why are we not celebrating those names home? Why are we not using them as our endorsers? Why are we not using them as our influencers? Why are we not bringing them as our role models? Why are we not listening to them? Why are we not including these youths also that are making Nigeria proud? For instance, I'm happy that in this administration we have included some youth.
Absolutely.
But we should do more.
I would like to move a bit into my constituency talk, which is the diaspora. Now, I'd like you to just elucidate or explain or talk more about how we can reposition the Nigerian brand in the international community and the role the diaspora and every Nigerian has to play in it.
First of all, I want every Nigerian in diaspora to begin to believe in their country again. Whether you like it or not, whether Nigeria is good or bad, whether you become a native of another foreign country, the fact remains you are in Nigeria.
Yes.
The fact remains you are in Nigeria. Even where you are, let us begin to live like Nigerians. Let us remember who we are, our culture, our very rich culture. All right? Culture of service, culture of hard work, culture of respect, culture of fear of God. That is who we are. We are tenacious, we are resilient, we have the fear of God, we are hardworking. So,
very true. So we should influence the world with our own positive value. The Nigerians in the diaspora have a role to play in preserving that culture.
Until they themselves start projecting Nigeria. Have you eaten Indian food, Chinese food? We eat them, but somebody made it popular.
True. So we start promoting what is ours.
Promote what is
diaspora,
ours.
Yeah.
And then play down, because every country has a problem. Let us remove every pessimism and begin to talk about the good things we are doing. For instance, in UK, you can have a rally where we showcase all those our intellectuals that have won awards, that are making it all over the world. A night of tributes, a night of talking good about Nigeria. Let us change the narrative.
I totally agree with you in that regard. So I'd like you to just give some advice to the young, buzzing and enthusiastic mass communication or public relations students out there in our universities in Nigeria. What advice do you have to give to them? Because I've seen a lot of people, when you're trying to recruit for a position, many of the graduates that we get out of our universities, some of them have some strengths, some of them have some weaknesses. What advice do you have for those young aspiring public relations professionals?
When I was growing up, there's one book that my father made us read, and we kept reading, Wuthering Heights. And I don't know if I can quote it right. I said, the heights that great men achieved, they didn't get it overnight.
True.
But those people got it while their mates were sleeping. While they were sleeping at night, they were toiling. There is reward in hard work. There are no free lunches. Somebody has paid for it somewhere. So those of you think that, oh, you have a free lunch. There's no free lunch.
Free lunch. You have to work hard for your food.
You have to work for it.
No work, no job.
Somebody has paid for it.
Must pay the price, to reach that height.
And then three things you must do for yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Have content, have character, and be creative.
Content, character, and be creative.
Yes. Content, character, creativity. Once you have these three and the fear of God, don't be in a hurry. Things will happen. It doesn't matter when. But go with focus, remain focused, be steady, and then be aware. Be aware of your environment. And know that the next opportunity is your opportunity.
Yes,
because you are sensitive. That. Oh yes. The next opportunity is your opportunity. Be ready.
In this digital age, I usually tell many mass comm graduates, I will tell them that you guys are living in the best times ever. This is an opportunity for you to learn digital skills.
They don't know.
And be able to maximize
I didn't have mentors. I didn't have mentors. I didn't have any. We were taught to go to school. But today,
There's so much
God
they
has
can
been
do.
so many. They have mentors, they have role models,
They have technology.
Technology. They have people. They have AI. Everything.
Exactly. That they can use to make a lot of money and make a lot of impact in the world today. Yeah.
Everybody's looking for a microwave success. No.
It doesn't happen. It's like a slow cooker. That's how
Everybody, all those people they are looking at, they have paid their dues.
Yes. Yeah.
They have a story.
So young people out there, take your time, create your own good story. Success is made, is cooked on a slow burner, not on a high heat, furnace. You have to just be patient. And the advice that Mrs Nkechi Ali-Balogun has given, please imbibe that. Also, I'd like to find out what advice will you give to businesses when you talk about digital marketing or repositioning their brands also to be prosperous in this economic climate? What advice do you have for them? Integrity
in business is very key. All right. There's so much you can do with technology these days, especially in business.
Yes.
But we shall remain people of integrity, a business of integrity. We must make sure that to build our brands, we must deliver what we promise that we will deliver. All right, I think that is what makes a good brand.
It may seem like a simple answer, but it's so true. Have integrity and have values, build your organization to last, focus on customer service, focus on having a positive and impactful kind of brand that you project to the world.
Even in business, whether digital or, you must know your stakeholders, map them out so that your messaging will be such that it aligns with your demographics. So you are speaking their language and they are hearing you and you are communicating, because it's a two-way process. You have something to offer them, and they in turn will look at your offerings, be able to be inspired to take an action. So that is how it should be.
Very good.
We must put our stakeholders at the forefront of everything that we're doing.
Yeah, so be customer-centric, add value to your stakeholders, be able to communicate clearly and effectively to them.
And let everything you do be experiential. Because once a customer has a good experience from you, of course,
they'll repeat business. And once a customer has a good experience with your business, that means you're already creating a good perception about your brand, and that and that will also sell it to other people and to bring more customers. So you're building a brand by doing good business, by taking good care of your customers. I really appreciate this advice that you've given to businesses. Do you have any other things you may want to contribute? Maybe you want to give a shout out to people about voting for you?
Put round pegs in round holes. We must vote somebody who has the experience, who have the drive, who has lived all her life doing public relations, and a face that resonates with Nigerian public relations in Nigeria. I'm sure before you call 5 public relations people in Nigeria today, you definitely will call my name. And even in African public relations. So I'm not boasting with it, but it is the truth. So I need us to come together so that collectively we can put our heads together to make our industry, bring it at par with global institutions of like manner. Of course, I need your votes. Without your votes, I can't do it. And I'm somebody, I believe in inclusion, I believe in team play, and I know that a man can never make a forest. So I need your votes. I need us to do this. Let us change the future of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. Let us change the practice. Bring it at par to global trends. I have a plan. And I promise you that when I come in, we'll complete the process of categorization, whereas every member of NIPR will go with a certificate that promotes him or elevates his or her status in their organization. Secondly, I promise to review the Constitution. Right now, the Constitution we have does not align with our achievements and with the growth of public relations today in the industry. I also promise to bring about chapter collaboration and capacity. Right now, our chapters are the people, we get all the money from them, but they don't have capacity. We want to enhance and strengthen our chapters. We also want to recognize those that have been doing this work and bring about some visibility for our industry, enhance our relationship with government, bring about a recognizable relevance so that when government wants to do public relations, they don't go out and be calling advertisers and journalists. And that is because we have not been able to put our best foot forward. So this is the time to do it. I also promise to start a publication of public relations that our students, everybody in public relations will be able to use as reference in whatever work they are doing. I also promise to have a good national office, national headquarters for the Institute. I know we can do it. I know collectively we have people in the industry who can liaise with governments to give Nigerian Institute of Public Relations a befitting office, a befitting secretariat. And these are so many other things. And then definitely we are going to review, you and I, members of the industry and myself, we are going to work on our curriculum so that it will be contemporary, so that it will be a par with what is happening all over the world.
Very good.
We are going to teach the world how to do public relations, making sure that our culture, our values are embedded in what we practice.
Fantastic. These are great plans, and I believe the Lagos State chapter supports you, and I, being a member, also support your aspirations to be the president of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. Madam, I wish you all the best, and I know by God's grace you will be successful in this endeavor. And for everyone who has watched, and people in the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, the PR community, students, professionals, veterans, you've heard Mrs Nkechi Ali-Balogun, a woman who is detribalized, someone who represents the Wazobia identity, someone who is a caring mother of the profession. She has not left her baby, which is the PR profession, and she has seen it mature, stood by it, see it grow and become to what it is today. And she wants to take care of Nigerian Institute of Public Relations as the president, and I believe we should give her a chance. And I believe that as we work together, we shall build this Nigerian dream, and I know that the diaspora has a role to play in repositioning that Nigerian brand. So you as a diasporan, go out there, be proud, be Nigerian, be everything positive, everything good, to celebrate and accentuate that positive vibe and things and laurels and awards and accomplishments that Nigerians do in America and England, in France, in China, around the world. Let's begin to shout loud about our Nigerian green, white, green flag and what we represent. And thank you so much for watching. Make sure you visit my website, jermainesanwo-olu.com, for more insightful information and content.